One day there were a day when a man who was walking around the street. I saw that he was my friend who is called Eric. It was 6 o'clock and I had to quickly evacuate the bin because it was getting full and my dad and mom didn't know it. So when I went out, I was talking with Eric and I didn't know why he was out so early. He said that he was just walking around to get himself more energy and getting ready for the school because today we need to introduce our Christmas story verbally. The thing is I have prepared myself a lot for it so I don't need to be that worried. He asked why I was out this early and I said that I just need to evacuate the bin. So later he left and went home and I went home and I was taking my breakfast. My breakfast is eating a sandwich and the toppings are ham and butter and a drink of milk. Once I finished my breakfast, my dad and mom woke up and they immediately said why I was out so early. I said that on Mondays my school starts 7:30 and after they were also eating their breakfast. So I brushed my teeth and said goodbye to mom and dad. I'm really annoyed that school starts 7:30 because it's very early and I'm kind of tired. And one thing I like is the snow because it makes everything look cool and you can have fun with it. For example, throw snowballs and other stuff. And the last thing I hate that I have to go from the forest, but it doesn't take too long. It takes about 5 minutes and then I'm at the school. Once I was at school, I was looking where Eric was and I couldn't find him. So I asked another guy if he knows where Eric is and he said that he was sitting alone. I went to Eric and told him what's wrong and he said that he's not very prepared for the presentation. I said to him, no worries. I told him to say his story to me and it actually was really good. I said that you don't need to be that worried because that was really good. And after he was very delightful. So we rang in and we had to go in. And the good thing is, we have to present the story after the break so Eric and I could even prepare us more. Once we were in, we had math and Eric is really good at math. He also got an A. Some parts I couldn't do so I had to tell the teacher for some. About 40 minutes later, we had break. We were getting us ready, so we decided to just build a snowman because we were very ready for the presentation. So we did kind of a big snowball and then we started rolling it. And I said that I could do it for myself and that he could do the second so we could place his on top of mine. I was getting super tired, but I was trying more and more. And out of nowhere I was looking at the snowball and I realized it was nearly as the same length as me, so I had to stop and help Eric. Eric was doing a good job. I had to tell him also to stop, because it was nearly as big as mine. We tried to place his on top of mine and we couldn't do it, because it was too heavy for us. So we asked another guy who's really strong. His name is Richard. I said that if he can help us lift the snowball on top of the big, and he said no problem. So in case if he couldn't do it, Eric and I could help him. And after he did it without even we helping him, me and Eric were really shocked of how quick he did it. So later he had to leave because he wanted to be with his friends. So we said thanks and he left. So now what me and Eric have left to build is the last snowball. So we saw a snowball that was kind of big but wasn't as big as the second. And the good thing is, it isn't anybody, so we took it instead of just building another one. So we were looking if it's big enough for it to pass on top, and actually it just needs to be a bit bigger. So once we made it a bit bigger, we placed it with no problem. Out of nowhere, people started coming, and they were really shocked considering how big it was. I said that we couldn't lift the second ball, so instead Richard helped us. In about 2 minutes, it rang in, and I said to Eric, good luck, and he said good luck as well. So once we went into the classroom, our teacher said also good luck to everybody in the classroom. Our teacher takes one card, and whatever the person that comes up, he or she has to present the story. So Eric was actually the first person who was supposed to present. So once he were done, I was really glad for him, at the same time really surprised. About 5 cards later, I had to present my story. So when I was done, I was not as happy, mainly because I had practiced a lot and I was not nervous. But still, I was kind of glad because I'm finally done. So our teacher said that we are going to leave the school really early because how good everybody was. So once we finished the school, Eric and I went to my house and we ate some food. My mom and dad aren't home because they're working. So me and Eric ate a pizza from yesterday. I asked him how his thoughts was, and he said it was really tasty and delicious. So once we ate lunch, we played together with the snow. Eric was laying on the snow, and I filled his whole body with snow, and it looked really funny. Then when he went up, it looked really satisfying when the snow was getting apart. So once my dad and mom came home, I said that I have a friend with me who's called Eric, and he introduced himself. Eric is also going to fill 14 very soon. So later my mom said to Eric that if he has called his mom or dad that he's here. And Eric said that he forgot to call, so he called his mom and said that he is at his friend's backyard. His mom said in about 1 hour and a half he has to come because it's getting kind of late. Later my mom and dad went in. So out of nowhere Santa came. He gave us presents. We got 4 presents each. Santa said once you guys are going to get all of your presents from your mom and dad, you can open them. We said thanks to Santa and Santa left. Eric has to also leave because it's getting kind of late. So later Eric said goodbye and I also said goodbye. Later I went into my home and my mom and dad got me 5 presents. My brother Lucas is going to dress himself like Santa. I was keeping my 4 presents for a surprise to the guests and my family that the real Santa actually came and gave me and Eric 4 presents. Then guests started coming. There were 15 guests. And later Lucas had to go dress himself without anybody knowing. Then Lucas came and started shouting, "Ho, ho, ho!" And nearly everybody was getting excited. Once my brother said my name on the presents, I went and took them all. And then I had to open my first 5, then a 4 for a surprise that the actual Santa came and gave me my presents. So in my 5 presents, I got color pens, a book, a game, a t-shirt, and a shirt. I also got 4 presents from the guests, and they were 3 t-shirts, 4 jeans, a 1 more game, and a phone. I said thanks to everybody who gave me the presents, and also the others got their presents. Then I said in front of all of the guests that Santa came and gave me and my friend Eric 4 presents. Everybody was getting shocked and they couldn't believe. So when I opened my 4 presents from Santa, I got a computer, monitor, headphones, and a $100 gift card from App Store. Later, I was in my room and called Eric, and I said to him what I got, and then he said that he also got the same presents as mine. And then we ended the call, and Mom said to me that we are eating Christmas food.